money from AI? Come on, Kanika, let's be honest. Is it even possible? You tell me.
Right.
$10,000?
Per month, yes.
Damn, that's crazy. तो आपके अकॉर्डिंग कौन से ऐसे टूल्स हैं जो बहुत ज्यादा ओवररेटेड हैं बट एक्चुअली में द वैल्यू दैट यू डिराइव फ्रॉम देम इज नॉट मच? नमस्ते एवरीवन, वेलकम टू द क्यूरियस पॉडकास्ट। और आज का पॉडकास्ट है एक स्पेशल गेस्ट फ्रॉम ट्विटर, कनिका। So Kanika, she is an AI influencer. She writes about AI. She helps people in making money via AI. और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस को ही आज ये हमारा पॉडकास्ट डेडिकेटेड है। तो अगर आप आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस सीखना चाहते हैं or if you want to make content around it, then this is the podcast that you should be listening to. So and also we'll be covering Kanika's story end to end, so stay tuned for that as well. So let's start the podcast. Welcome to the show, Kanika. How are you feeling?
Thank you so much. I have been binge watching all your YouTube episodes since this morning, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. I have to say that these are amazing. And one should always watch Pooja's every episode. Never miss them because you are gonna get a lot of useful information from these videos.
Thank you so much. That was very kind of you. Kanika, so let's, I believe Twitter पे जितना content आपने डाला है, अब जो ट्विटर से हट के थोड़ा पीछे जाते हैं कनिका की रियल लाइफ में, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट कनिका बिहाइंड द ट्विटर. सो हु इज कनिका, वेयर डज शी हेल फ्रॉम, पढ़ाई में क्या किया हुआ है, एंड देन हाउ शी एंटर्ड इनटू द वर्ल्ड ऑफ एआई. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट दैट.
Okay, so I hail from Uttarakhand, born and brought up here only. Then I did my engineering, and I am an electrical and electronics engineer. I always say this, although I'm not doing any kind of job related to this industry. But yeah, so after doing my engineering, I jumped into this industry called Adtech. I gave a paper, got selected via it, and then my journey started in the Adtech industry. Worked there for almost 7-8 years. I quit around 2020 due to pandemic. My parents were getting old and I thought that, they need me right now. And around that time, I started off creating content, although creating content was a kind of passion that I think seeded around 2016. And then around 2020, I thought that, let's give it a real try and see how it goes. So, 6 महीने तो मैंने सोचा कि what I'm going to do, and I didn't come to any conclusion because I never had a specific niche or topic about which I wanted to create content. But around 2021 January, I started doing freelancing, and I also started creating content on Udemy. So I launched around 10 courses on Udemy, and I think at that point of time I came to realization that okay, I wanted to do it full time, and now I want to find a niche about which I want to create content. So I was already working with freelancers in the web 3.0 industry, and I worked with a couple of clients from India and abroad, and got I would say little knowledge about how this industry works. I started reading a lot about this, gathering information. I started reading a lot of research articles, blogs, everything, YouTube videos, everything. And then slowly I started creating content around it. But then ChatGPT happened around December 2022, and suddenly everybody was talking about ChatGPT, AI, and I think that was the moment when I felt that no, I want to switch my industry and I want to create content around AI itself. So I started reading a lot. First of all, I think it's really important to gather information about whatever your passion is or whatever interest is there. So I started creating content around AI. Then बहुत पढ़ाई करी, research articles पढ़े, सारे YouTube videos देखे. I think जितनी भी information थी सब. And then more importantly, I started applying all these information on ChatGPT. I started testing prompts and did a lot of prompting around ChatGPT during that period of time. And alongside, I started creating content on Twitter around X, formerly Twitter, around June. So it has been almost 7 months. I am thoroughly enjoying it. Right now, I have around 10K followers, and I'm loving it every day. I love reading about AI. I love creating content around AI. I test a lot of tools almost every day. So overall, it's a very satisfying journey as of now, and very content with whatever I am doing right now.
Amazing. So courses, freelancing,
Yeah.
teaching on Udemy. Is there anything that you've left out really?
I think I am jack of all trades, master of none kind of person. I love trying everything. So I have tried almost 7 to 8, I would say, hustles as of now.
Oh,
Till
wow.
now, I have tried, yeah, 7 to 8 hustles.
You call it jack of all trades, master of none. I call it a generalist. Like
Yeah,
that.
generalist, yeah.
So I
Great.
believe the world rewards generalists quite much. So
Yeah.
you're probably on the right path.
I hope so.
Right. So I wanted to talk about that you did a very different degree,
Yes,
electronics and
yes.
engineering. And then
Mm-hmm.
you moved to a very different industry. And then you
Yes.
quit your job and then you moved to yet another different industry. I believe you have really explored a lot and to finally understand, okay, this is where my passion lies. तो उसके बारे में बात करते हैं कि जो बच्चे अभी कॉलेज में हैं, इंजीनियरिंग कर रहे हैं और उनको जो है शायद अपना इंजीनियरिंग में उतना मजा नहीं आ रहा है, प्रेशर में आके ले तो लिया, बट दे नॉट एंजॉइंग इट दैट मच.
Mm-hmm.
व्हाट आर द ऑप्शंस फॉर देम? वो क्या क्या चीजें कर सकते हैं इन ऑर्डर टू फिगर आउट अपना पैशन? क्योंकि क्या है कि 7-8 साल लगा दिए अगर किसी करियर में, देन यू
Yeah.
फील कि अब स्विच करने का क्या फायदा है.
Yes.
तो अभी अगर उनको अभी रियलाइज हो गया दिस इज नॉट समथिंग आई वांट टू डू, व्हाट आर द
Mm-hmm.
वेज दैट अ पर्सन कैन फिगर आउट हाँ दिस इज वेयर माय पैशन लाइज?
I feel the first step is to sit down and write down 10 topics that you are really passionate about. I think first these 3 topics जब आप लिख लोगे, you will really get to know about what kind of things you are passionate about. And once you have made your list, choose the 3 topics that you absolutely love and you see yourself as making content even after 5 years about that topic. So I did the same thing. I sat down. This is called a niche analysis test kind of thing. I also have a niche analysis workbook. अगर किसी को confusion है, so we'll link it on this YouTube video.
या.
So just sat down, find out what are the topics you are passionate about, because content creation is a very, I would say, it's a journey. It's not some sprint that you run. It's a whole journey जहाँ पर आपको content create करना है for the next 5 or 6 years, and it's a tough thing. It's not really easy to be consistent every single day. So you have to get up and you have to schedule, or you have to create content every single day. So if you see that with this topic I can create content, then maybe that is the topic for you, and you should also start reading, or just also start exploring about these topics. Go to YouTube. I always say that YouTube is the best university to learn anything. So go to YouTube, read a lot of research articles, try and test by yourself. Whenever you will test anything, you will get a lot of extra knowledge around it. So yeah, I think this could help.
So just to summarize, write down all the different topics that you're highly interested
Passionate about,
in,
you
then
love. Yeah.
start with 3, try exploring, and not just content creation. मतलब वो कुछ भी हो सकता है, शायद आपको अपना खुद का स्टार्टअप स्टार्ट करना है, आपको खुद का बिजनेस करना है, आपको इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट बिजनेस में जाना है, वो कुछ भी
Great.
हो सकता है. Just write down
Yes.
all the things that you're interested in. Perfect.
Hmm.
So let's talk about the ad tech, ADTEC edge. So
Yeah.
like advertisement में tech कैसे integrate करना है, that's what it's about, right?
Yeah. Correct.
So let's talk about this. What were your major learnings from your entire experience of, I believe, 4 to 5 years? So,
Yeah.
what were the major learnings in this ad tech industry?
So when I was in college, I was this really introverted, shy girl, and I feel that one help that I got from this industry is that I improved my communication skills a lot. I became an extrovert. I started writing mails. I became really effective with my communication skills. And also, in this industry, you get to interact with a lot of people around the globe. So
Hmm.
you understand a lot of cultures, you understand people, you understand their working styles. I think the major part that I loved about this industry was critical thinking, because you become really good at it. Your decision making skills, how do you build strategies, how do you implement it, executing it. So these all are the things that I loved about ad tech industry, basically. And also आई थिंक जो आप टेक्निकलिटी सीखते हो बैकएंड पे, एक प्रोडक्ट के साथ क्या क्या चीजें चलती हैं, तो ये सब आप एटेक इंडस्ट्री में बहुत लर्न करते हो, मुझे लगता है।
सो बेसिकली अगर मैं कहूँ तो ये मार्केटिंग से वन लेवल अप है। लाइक मार्केटिंग का एक जो बहुत बड़ा सेगमेंट है एडवर्टाइजमेंट, उसका ये बहुत बड़ा जो है सेगमेंट है, और उसमें टेक्नोलॉजी इंटीग्रेट करके पूरा जो है इंडस्ट्री क्रिएट हुआ हुआ है, राइट? So
यस।
tell me, did your engineering background helped you in getting into a tech sort of industry, या फिर नहीं, कि नहीं क्योंकि आपने वैसे engineering किया है बट आपने computer science नहीं किया है, to be clear. So did it really help you in getting into the tech industry?
So basically, with me, there was a totally different case. I wanted to switch, that's why I switched. But yes, there are a lot of people. So I think the people who are from my branch, or we say the core branches like mechanical, electrical, maybe it's not the best industry for them. But my case was totally different, because I switched from my degree industry to a totally new industry because I wanted to do it. But people who are from computer science or people who are from IT branch, they can easily get jobs in adtech industry, because it's,
Hmm.
it's there will be always coding involved in this kind of industry.
Okay, so you had to code also?
No, no, I never coded because I was doing sales and marketing. So
Okay.
coding was a different part of this whole industry.
Got it. Got it. ठीक है. So let's talk about the highlight of this podcast, that is artificial intelligence.
Yes.
So as you mentioned, ChatGPT हुआ, उसके बाद everybody went berserk on LinkedIn, Twitter, everywhere, that
Absolutely.
it took the world by a storm. So that's when you entered, right?
Yes.
And coming with no background, you have worked around tech, but not per se artificial intelligence.
Yes.
So tell us a bit about कि start करना कितना overwhelming था आपके लिए, and since you were doing it all by yourself, I mean,
Yes.
that's the scariest part, right? So how did you navigate through the challenges of learning everything, of actually understanding the core, the heuristics of this new world of artificial intelligence?
I think I personally feel that AI is an ever evolving industry, and we are too early in this industry right now, because ChatGPT has happened just in December 2022, and everybody is just experimenting after that. So
Hmm.
I feel that there is a lot to learn. I am still learning. So in my case, what happened that my sister came to me. She's from the coding background, and she told me that there's this LLM model which has been just launched, and everybody's testing on it, everybody's experimenting it. Do you want to try it? So I tried it and I loved it. I was actually amazed and stunned by the kind of outputs I was getting within 5 seconds, because I did a lot of prompting around chat gpt.
Mm-hmm.
And then it became a kind of interest. Every day I used to get up and I used to write a lot of prompts on chat gpt, and used to get outputs. I improved with time. I
Hmm.
started writing code prompts, and then there was a whole wave of AI tools coming in, and then brands reaching out that, hey, do you want to be a beta tester? I was thoroughly enjoying it. I still enjoying it. I still enjoy it. I love testing tools. So
Hmm.
what I, on my part, did extra was that I started reading a lot of research articles. I started watching a lot of YouTube videos. Every
Hmm.
information that I could get at that point of time, I started absorbing it. And then creating content came naturally to me. Whatever I used to read, I used to absorb from all that knowledge. I used to do a validation analysis after that, and I used to create content around it. So this is
Hmm.
how it happened. I think that it happened really organically for me. And
Hmm.
then since June, it has been almost 7 months till now. It's January. I started around 15th of June 2023, and
Hmm.
almost going to happen 7 months. Uh, after 2 3 days. So it has been a really pleasant journey for me. And also it's a dynamic industry, so you will learn a lot. I'm still learning. I still say that, there's no
Hmm.
expert or no nothing like this. Everyone is right now learning. It's also
Hmm.
about building communities, meeting like-minded people, and discussing everything with them. What are they doing differently? What do I think about a particular thing? So this is how it is going right now.
Hmm. Right. Absolutely. I think you mentioned ever evolving and AI मतलब अभी सबको जानने में आने लगा है, but it's like it has been there in the 90s as well. So
Yes,
people are just exploring it more as of now.
yes. Correct,
Uh,
correct.
but let's talk about this very interesting thing that I often ask और मैं सोचती हूँ कि यार एआई में इतनी डेवलपमेंट्स हो रही हैं डेली बेसिस पे, हाउ इज
Yes,
वन एबल टू कीप अ टैब ऑन एवरीथिंग कि इतना सब कुछ हो रहा है. मतलब कभी चैट जीपीटी का अपडेट आ जाता है, कभी फेसबुक अपना कुछ लॉन्च कर देता है, कभी कुछ हो जाता है, कभी कुछ हो जाता है. एंड दैट्स जस्ट एलएमएम मॉडल्स. Now
yes.
comes the second layer of this technicality, which is what can people build using these LLMs, right? What people are every day there is this new product that's coming out. Like for example, कोई किसी ने लॉ के लिए जो है चैट जीपीटी बना दिया कि आप इंडियन लॉ से रिलेटेड कुछ भी सवाल पूछो, वो आंसर कर देगा. देन there are tools around writing, right? You can improve your writing. That's what the creative writing section that's newly added in chat gpt, that's what it's about. So
Yes.
how are you able to keep a tab on everything कि हाँ ये these are the developments, these are something that I want to learn and cover.
So my strategy is extremely simple. I have subscribed for 5 to 6 newsletters, and I make sure that
Hmm.
I read these newsletters daily, just like you read a newspaper every day to keep up yourself updated with the current
Hmm.
affairs. And it is the same practice in the AI industry. You
Hmm.
subscribe to a newsletter and then learn about everything if there is any topic that interests you. For example,
Hmm.
you mentioned Chat GPT, and everyone is building their GPT. So Chat GPT is going to launch the GPT store this week. So if you
Hmm.
want to learn about GPTs, then subscribe to a newsletter which only talks about prompting GPTs and these kind of news. So the best way is to subscribe to a newsletter and then explore from yourself, try and test from yourself, because human and AI are going to be complementary to each other in the future. So the best practice would be to keep yourself updated and to keep upskilling. I think
Hmm.
upskilling is really important in today's time.
Hmm. Absolutely. Um, Speaking of newsletter, you are also building your newsletter. Tell us a bit more about it. क्या उसमें बनाने वाले हो आप, किस तरीके का कंटेंट आप शेयर करने वाले हो?
So I was always passionate about extra side hustles. I always used to do that by myself. Then I thought that, why not just try to teach people this about this thing. And then I started writing on Medium about passive income streams, how to build AI powered passive income streams, and I think I got the most positive kind of feedback on this medium called Medium, social media
Hmm.
platform. And then I thought that, why not build a newsletter around it? Why not just get into people's email and let them directly teach this thing about how to build your passive income streams? Because I personally believe that we live in today's time where one active source of income won't do much, and everybody
Hmm.
needs a second source of income. So I started this newsletter cause passive income habit, because I want people to make it a habit to build
Hmm.
a side hustle for themselves. So passive income habit, do subscribe for passive income habit to learn about new side hustles, which
Hmm.
AI powered.
Right. Do share your experiences also of, building a newsletter from the
Yes,
scratch.
of course.
Maybe we can cover it in a different podcast.
Yes.
But yeah, guys, do subscribe to the newsletter. I'll link it in the description of the video.
Yes.
Let's talk about money because
Yes.
that's something that people are highly interested in. As you mentioned, कि भाई side hustle होता है. You need to have 2 to 3 minimum sources of income these days. So
Yes.
money from AI. Come on, Kanika, let's be honest. Is it even possible? You tell me.
It is very much possible. Generating money is very much possible with or without AI. But I feel, Pooja, that most of the people think that building a passive income stream is a get rich quick scheme,
Hmm.
where you can just earn a lot of money in 2 or 3 days or 7 days. But this never happens. So
Hmm.
building a income stream is a consistent effort where you put a lot of effort and then you build a sustainable passive income stream. So AI powered passive income stream is also a really exciting opportunity. So, since the AI industry has been doing a lot of things around tools and around products and everything, now building AI powered passive incomes have become really easy. Earlier, people used to write blogs, used to take them 2, 3 days to even write a single article. Now
Hmm.
you can write it with the help of AI, but I always emphasize on the fact that give it a human touch, because if
Hmm.
you will take help from AI, it will look very fabricated, and you do not want this. You do not want people to read a robotic writing.
Hmm.
So always and always remember that take help of AI, but give your human touch on it. So yes,
Hmm.
AI powered income is very much possible. You can build a lot of incomes. For example, आज ही मैंने एक tweet डाला है जिसमें I wrote about 3 unique kind of incomes that one can build. For
Okay.
example, people can go for AI powered urban farming apps. I think nobody even thought about it. Urban farming भी बहुत नया concept है.
Hmm.
Vertical gardens ये सब, and उसके around एक AI app build करना is could be a new passive income stream source. So these kind of things you can build. It has become a lot easier with AI now, as compared to the previous times when you used to write a blog and then you used to publish it. You used to get proofread from different kind of people, but now it's really easy.
Hmm. 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 So, how does this actually work? Like, break it down for me. जैसे अभी आप क्या कर रहे हो? अभी आप लोगों को एआई के बारे में और ज्यादा बता रहे हो, राइट? कि एआई में ये सारी पॉसिबिलिटीज हैं.
Mm-hmm.
And but I think building a whole business around it, it's a bit difficult, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can we do this like a small exercise? एक दो मिनट ही
Yes.
लगेगा. let's
Correct.
let's uh let's think of an idea.
Mhm.
Let's then try to see
Create
कि
a
उसको एआई से ऑटोमेट कैसे कर सकते हैं.
yes, of course. So let's think of creating a Instagram faceless channel, okay?
Okay.
So earlier, if you want to create a video, you used to go to that video editor, give that your crux, what you want to build, and it used to take 2, 3 days because आपको बहुत सारा काम करना पड़ता था.
Hmm.
Now, what happens that with the help of AI, you can create videos in seconds. You just have to write your prompt, and a video will be generated as your output. For example, I'll just take an example of this tool called Runway ML. So
Okay.
in that tool or in video, you just have to write a text. For example, you wrote a text, a dog eating a biscuit. Okay, so there will be a video of a dog eating biscuit. You know how crazy it is that a video could be generated within 30 seconds. And then what you have to do, go to Canva, edit it and make it a dog themed page. So this is how, video
Hmm.
creation has become so easy. Create a reel around Instagram, put it on Twitter, do a platform
Hmm.
distribution, put it on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. So one video on 5 different platforms can create maybe 20 to 30K impressions, and then be consistent with it. Schedule everything, create videos, do it for 30 days. You will
Hmm.
definitely get results because a lot of people are doing it. One of my friend is doing it right now. He has created a faceless Instagram channel,
Hmm.
and he is generating around $10,000 per month kind of business revenue. And he's in the industry, he's creating in the category of personal finance. So it's so easy
ten
right
thousand dollars
per month. Yes.
Damn, that's crazy. पर्सनल फाइनेंस तो वैसे भी काफी
It's a high paying
ऐसा,
CPA
या
industry.
इट्स इन अ
Yeah.
लाइक एवरग्रीन टॉपिक कभी भी चलता है बिकॉज
Evergreen.
पीपल
Yes.
लव मनी.
Love it. Yeah.
ओके. सो स्क्रिप्ट लिखो, स्क्रिप्ट को चैट जीपीटी से निकाल लो, फिर उसको इन वीडियो या रनवे में you insert your text there, it will generate a video. Go ahead and post it,
Yes.
publish it on Instagram or Twitter, wherever you want to create content.
Yes.
And yeah, that's the recipe for creating an automated sort of business via
Yes, right.
AI.
Via AI.
Correct.
And it has become so easy, earlier, if you want to, let us assume that you want to build a strategy for 30 days on Instagram. You have to go to a video editor, tell him the
Hmm.
script for 30 days. It will
Hmm.
take you 30 days to create a 30 days script. And now
Hmm.
it has become so easy. Creating a script from ChatGPT, generating output. You don't even have to spend anything. It's a zero
Hmm.
cost business. The most you might have to spend is on these video editors, but I think it's way less if you see it as a longer run kind of thing, because there will be a point of time when your cash inflow will be so much कि आपका सारा cost manage हो जाएगा easily.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. But Kanika, जब ये इतना आसान हो गया है, and let's just say that everybody becomes smart enough to run a faceless Instagram theme page or
Yeah.
Twitter theme page, but then फिर एक ऐसा पॉइंट नहीं आएगा जिसमें क्रिएटर ज्यादा है कंज्यूमर कम है.
No, that will not happen. I'll tell you why. Because I have seen a lot of people not being consistent with their craft. And this is a
Okay.
problem. This is an issue that uh, people don't plan. Can you see yourself as creating Instagram reels for next 2 years? It's quite difficult, being consistent is quite difficult, and these kind of platforms pick up, I think, after almost 6 months of consistent effort, 7 months of consistent effort. So this is difficult. Being consistent and being persistent with your craft is more difficult than creating content.
Hmm. That's absolutely right. क्योंकि वही लग रहा था कि जब ये इतना आसान है and it's doable, right? It looks doable to me. तो ये तो हर कोई कर लेगा, फिर हर कोई कर क्यों नहीं रहा है?
Yeah, because people are not persistent, sometimes you don't have time, sometimes you don't have the motivation. 2 साल बहुत लंबा time होता है. To keep yourself motivated, it's really difficult. So everything should be intrinsic, not extrinsic. कि हाँ, हमने देख लिया कि okay, this guy is earning so much and so, and I also want to do it. You have to be motivated enough to follow your passion.
Hmm. Right. बट ऑल्सो अभी मेरे को एकदम से एक और चीज का ध्यान में आया कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, लाइक जैसे आपने बोला कि टूल्स हैं, आर देयर पीपल फ्रॉम whom you can learn, like you are one such person from where people can learn कि कौन कौन से AI tools वो यूज करके साइड हसल्स क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, बट इतना नॉइज है मार्केट में दैट इट बिकम्स ऑलमोस्ट इम्पॉसिबल टू नो कि कौन एक्चुअली में एक्सपर्ट है एंड हु इज सॉर्ट ऑफ ट्राइंग टू जस्ट सेल और समथिंग. तो फिर वो कैसे, हाउ डू यू आइडेंटिफाई दैट एंड इन बिटवीन ऑल दिस नॉइज?
I think if you want to be a content creator in next 2 years, then the first step itself is not to follow any influencer, but to find out your audience and then follow an influencer. For example, if you want to create content for solopreneurs, then you don't have to follow a thought leader who is making content for video editors or content writers. You
Hmm.
have to follow a thought leader who is talking about startup, solopreneurship, entrepreneurship, hustle
Hmm.
culture. So first target is to find out your audience itself. If you are planning to create content, and if you just want to follow an influencer or a thought leader, then I personally think the best part is to try to find him on YouTube or a place where he writes articles, because I feel that written expressions are the most strongest expressions. So I
Hmm.
feel that it is really important that अगर कोई content creator है and he is creating content around long form platforms, then it is really important to I think validate the authenticity. I feel
Hmm.
that this is really important because short form content is not to hold up audience. It is just to hold the attention span. People or influencers who work for longer run will always create long form content. So I feel that this is really important.
हम्म. मैं अभी थोड़े दिन पहले पॉडकास्ट सुन रही थी जिसमें वो निखिल कामत ने तन्मय भट्ट, प्राजक्ता सबके साथ किया था. एंड उसमें तन्मय भट्ट मेंशन दैट लॉन्ग फॉर्म इज द होली ग्रेल, लाइक यू कैन स्टार्ट ऑफ बाय क्रिएटिंग short content, but long form is the holy grail. So I
Holy
kind of
grail.
get that what you're trying to say.
I watched that podcast for almost 2 times because it's very long. It's very long. It's more like a Bollywood movie, a
Hmm.
long Bollywood movie. It's of around 3 hours, I think.
It's a lecture,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, it's lecture. It's more like a MBA crash course for content creators.
Yeah. Let's dive into the AI tools. तो आपके अकॉर्डिंग कौन से ऐसे टूल्स हैं जो बहुत ज्यादा ओवररेटेड हैं बट एक्चुअली में द वैल्यू दैट यू डिराइव फ्रॉम देम इज नॉट मच मतलब एंड आई होप यू आर ओके नेमिंग मोस्ट हाइप्ड प्रोडक्ट्स और टूल्स आउट देयर जिनका एक्चुअली में उतना वैल्यू आपको फील नहीं हुआ है डू यू हैव एनी टूल्स ऑन टॉप ऑफ योर हेड
I don't have a tool, but I personally feel that people who overclaim their tools and who kind of give a message that, okay, this is the predictable future of AI or this is the predictable thing that will happen in future are most are I personally feel are kind of false claims because nobody can predict the future. Nobody can even predict the future of AI. It's a very dynamic industry. So people who use overhyped buzz keywords like disruptive, synergies, these kind of words in their tools, I think these are kind of false claims. Telling something that this will over deliver, because if something cannot happen, and using complex AI solution sorry, using complex AI algorithms, giving opaque results, these kind of tools will always be a worse ROI kind of tools for you. I don't have any tool in mind, but ये मेरा वैलिडेशन का तरीका है कि अगर कुछ बहुत ही ओवरली क्लेम हो रहा है किसी टूल में, सो आई रिफ्रेन माई सेल्फ फ्रॉम टेस्टिंग दीज काइंड ऑफ टूल्स.
ओके बुराई की बात कर ले तो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट सम अच्छाई आल्सो टेल मी अ फ्यू टूल्स दैट are really helpful and I think let's divide them in categories. Let's talk about some tools for students because
Yeah.
काफी सारे students हैं. Let's
Yeah.
talk about a few tools for entrepreneurs, right,
Mm-hmm.
जो अपना business build करना चाहते हैं, and let's talk about the third category for content creators because I believe these are the topics that people love to
Yeah.
watch these days, right? So let's talk
Correct.
about the AI tools for students.
Okay, so students, I personally feel that students need a lot of research and a lot of analysis, these kind of things. I would suggest only LLM models, ChatGPT, Bard AI, and Perplexity is great for research. I
Hmm.
personally use Perplexity for research.
Hmm.
And if you want to find a dedicated chatbot kind of thing, you can maybe search on AI. It's a good tool. I have used it. It's all about chatbots. So whenever I want to create content about any specific platform, I go on AI and I try and create content around it. So there are different chatbots. It's more like a chatbot marketplace.
Oh, for AI.
AI, POE.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a nice tool.
Hmm. ठीक है.
Yeah,
POE AI.
AI.
Cool. So let's talk about AI tools for entrepreneurs.
Yeah. So I think for entrepreneurs like us, most important thing is to be organized. And I personally use Notion AI. I love this tool. I mean, I was the messiest girl in I think
In
I would be
Uttarakhand.
Uttarakhand, yes. So I started using Notion AI around July last year, and my things are so organized after that. Notion AI is literally my second brain. Right now, if I want to see anything, I just click on Notion AI. If I want to make notes, want to make tables, if I want to do an event and I have to make a list, I do everything on Notion AI. So I personally feel that Notion AI is great. Entrepreneurs has a lot to do with creatives as well, so they can try Canva AI as well, because I do not have any graphic designing background and I use Canva extensively. Great tool. Now that they also have this AI factor, so it's great to create content also on Canva. So I
Hmm.
personally feel that these two are must have tools. Besides
Hmm.
that, they everybody uses ChatGPT, so I won't like to mention it because I think every entrepreneur uses ChatGPT as of now.
Hmm. एब्सोल्युटली. अच्छा, notion.so करके उनका मेन वेबसाइट है, राइट? सो एआई उनका अलग से उन्होंने नया निकाला है.
No. So Notion is there, and now what they have done is that they have also included a AI part in it. So now, if you do not have any idea, you can just tell Notion to create 10 ideas for creating content, create
Oh,
10 idea topics for
okay.
Instagram. So Notion will create it for you.
So they have kind of integrated ChatGPT in their
Yes. Yes, correct.
already existing tool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Otherwise, Notion is more like a productivity tool where you
Hmm.
can organize everything.
Yeah. Right. Let's talk about some AI tools for content creators.
Okay, so now we are talking about content creators.
Yes.
ChatGPT, a must-have tool. One tool you will always need for ad creatives. So Canva AI is the best tool. Notion, very important for organizing everything, scheduling, making lead magnets, freebies. Notion will do everything for you. For research, again, Perplexity.
Hmm.
I think these four tools are enough if you are just starting as a beginner. And
Okay.
then when you will become a advanced level content creator, then you will need some extra things. For example, you will need Loom, or maybe you will need something for PowerPoint presentation, something for AI newsletter creation. Then you can use tools like Loom, Tugan AI, etc., etc. But as a beginner, these three, four tools are more than enough.
Hmm. Okay. Right. Can you tell us your, secret? How do you find topics to write about?
Oh, I go to ChatGPT. Since I already told you that I tested a lot with prompts, so I have my prompt with me where I create ideas, I
Hmm.
brainstorm ideas, and then I create content by myself. So for idea creation, I use ChatGPT. For brainstorming ideas, I would say.
Okay. Okay. And then you pick those ideas and then you build content around them.
Yes. Also, I do a lot of YouTube research. So I don't
Hmm.
use any tool for that, but on YouTube you can use filters and you can find out what are the topics, which are right now trending or which are popular as of now. So you can find everything on YouTube as well. So
Got
it's
it.
a
Got
mix
it.
of ChatGPT plus YouTube.
Hmm. Right. I wanted to ask you a controversial question, but you have sort of, plugged in the benefit somewhere. So my question was कि like जो इतने AI tools market में आ रहे हैं, and they claim that it saves time, effort, money, etc. But
Yeah.
you have been using AI tools for a long time now.
Mhm.
Actually में होता है, like does it really cut down the effort that goes behind into making or solving the problem that AI tool is trying to solve?
Yes. I would say definitely 100 times yes. Because I'll give you a very small example. For example, if you want to create a video about, let's assume, travel. So all the script writing, brainstorming ideas, finding that perfect script can be done by ChatGPT within 5 to 6 minutes. And if you would have done with a human effort, it would have taken you 1 to 2 days. So this is how it cuts your time. And
Hmm.
everybody who is a smart player will do this thing. They will use AI to cut their time because time is money, time is everything. Also, it improves your productivity, but as far as time saving thing comes in, use AI. It can help you a lot. But as I said, don't make everything with AI. Don't create everything with AI because eventually it is not going to help. If you are creating all your content with AI and you are just, copy pasting everything, it is not going to help because it will look very
Hmm.
fabricated. And nobody likes a fabricated content,
Hmm.
right?
हाँ
So,
मतलब अभी तो ऐसा लाइक बिकॉज आई यूज चैट जीपीटी अ लॉट मुझे उसका टोन समझ आने लग गया है तो मैं जब हायरिंग करती हूँ तो असाइनमेंट देती हूँ मैं एक वर्क करने के लिए सो व्हेन पीपल सबमिटेड आई कैन इजीली टेल दैट देव रिटन फ्रॉम चैट जीपीटी
yes. So people just copy and paste. They don't even try to write a good prompt. They will just write some random prompt. For example, write this article for me. They
हाँ
will not even try to write 3 or 4 lines for that prompt. Even prompt engineering is itself a very different industry, very, I think, creative industry itself. So people don't even know right now how to write good prompts.
राइट tell me any dark side that AI has that people are not talking about.
I think the dark side of AI right now is that first we are seeing a lot of layoffs. A lot of people were laid off last year, and it was so sad to see. Yeah,
But is it because of in general the economy is a little, tensed, or is it because of AI? That's the question.
it is also because of AI, because
Okay.
a lot of low paying jobs, I would say, for example, data entry and putting things into Excel, these kind of jobs are now being replaced by AI, like the customer support ones, where now AI can do all the things with the help of a chatbot. So these kind of things are now completely replaced with the help of AI. So layoffs, I think, is the most heart wrenching thing that is happening right now. But I think that we should also focus on the positive sides. We are seeing a lot of entrepreneurs coming in right now, because now AI, with the help of AI, you can even create a company with the help of AI. So this is the darkest side that I see as of now. There would be more, of course, but I think we should focus on the brighter sides.
Hmm. I think Sam Altman has talked about this enough in his talks as well.
Yes.
And they do talk about कि what like AI has even, I mean उससे क्या negative aspects हैं जो अभी तक usually like बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, but that definitely is a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
We see all these newer types of scams coming up because of using AI, like
Mm-hmm.
जैसे
The
जो
deep fakes.
KYC वेरिफिकेशन होता है,
Yeah.
राइट?
Mm.
It has become so easy to trick it, right? You can easily trick it with somebody's like real voice, creating an AI avatar, and like actually getting an AI to approve to do the entire KYC process without even your presence. And
Yes.
you know that's scary, I believe. Like,
That's scary, yes. And also the fact that we are too early to witness these kind of things, because AI has just started, AI as an industry has been just started. So there are a lot of things to see. But let's hope that there will be some kind of, anti scam things also. If there are
hmm.
scams, there should be some kind of solutions also.
Right. So I think a lot of regulations need to be installed within the systems, and we need to place like right checks and balances wherever we feel that there is a chance of
Mm.
loophole here. So I think that's one way to go about it. But kitni jaldi curb hoga? I think we are not in a position to say that as of now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think. That's about it. It was a nice conversation, and thank you so much for being so truthful throughout the conversation, and being so humble in sharing your real strategies of how you create content. So very
Thank
lovely
you so
conversation.
much.
Before we actually end, do you have any learnings from life, from business experience that you would like to share with the audience, with your listeners?
I think the only learning in these past 1 or 2 years was that be consistent with your craft. Whatever you are trying to build right now, just be consistent, because this is the toughest thing.
Hmm.
Everything comes and pass, but being consistent is a difficult task. And if you stay consistent with your craft for 4 to 5 years, you are definitely going to build 6 to 7 streams. Definitely.
Hmm. Right. Thank you so much, Kanika. Guys, follow Kanika on Twitter. And
Yes.
she posts content now and then on LinkedIn as well. So follow her there as well. And connect with Kanika. Send her DMs of how you
Yes.
love this podcast. And also, भाई सब्सक्राइब भी कर लो और चैट में कमेंट में हमें बताओ आपको ये पॉडकास्ट कैसा लगा, और ऐसे और भी टॉपिक्स जो आप चाहते हैं कि हम अपने अपकमिंग पॉडकास्ट में कवर करें. थैंक यू सो मच. नमस्ते.
Thank you.